I wasn't even sure that I would stream this evening. Had a bit of a long day and some appointments. I just want to have a quick look at the Joe and John Ali Reza that was played yesterday, and she won the game. And they played the French defense. I think actually I'll make a video. What I intend to do is just to make a video on this particular game, upload it on YouTube and some other social media, or perhaps if this live stream is fluent enough, I'll just crop the video that I'm doing now live, and then I'll just put it on YouTube as it is. Okay, so I don't know if it would be as good as a normal dedicated video for a game, but I'll just give it a go. Well, if I'm not terribly happy, I just then won't upload the video. Something like that. Okay, so where were we? Jew and John White, Ali Reza, Firouzja Black. I covered everything. I wasn't able to do it live because I had to go to do some stuff at that time, so I couldn't stream when they were actually playing. Hello, Simpson. Good evening. Good evening. How's it going? So, Simpson, this is a very cool game. Was played Joe and John White and Ali Reza Black in a French defense, and Joe and John won the game. And I wanna identify exactly what was the moment in Ali Reza's game that actually lead to the downfall. So, okay, this is the French. E4, E6, D4, D5. You could push. You could play knight C3, and that would be probably an Vinava, or you could do knight D2. So these are the main lines, I think. But you could also do the exchange variation. So apart from what we highlighted here, let me just do some red stuff or blue stuff. So apart from E5, apart from knight C3, apart from knight D2, I think these are the main lines. By the way, guys, if you think differently or I'm missing some info, please feel free to type it in. So I guess these are the main lines. But there's nothing wrong with the exchange variation. They played the exchange variation, so she took. And actually, when you take on d5, you would say that you're practically helping black to do something with the bishop on c8. So the bishop on c8 virtually now can just play, develop. You know, so it's a happy bishop. Normally in the French, in the three variations that we highlighted, the bishop on c8 is a bad bishop. But in the exchange variation, actually that bishop on c8 is a very happy bishop now. So knight f3, you continue the development. Ali Reza developed, bishop d6. Don't think there's anything wrong with this. If you wonder, guys, what happened with the bishop to g4, which might be a pin here, there is a little subtlety here. Bishop to g4, in my knowledge, can be counterattacked with the queen e2, which is a check. If there is some queen e7, you're just blocking. The idea would be queen to b7, check, and you're going for the b cell. So just to make everybody aware, in this exchange variation French, if bishop goes recklessly to g4, to my understanding, there is this little idea. So bishop g4, queen e2. And the whole stuff is, given the fact they might play some bishop e7, I mean, if they don't pay enough attention, you might be just sanctioning them with queen b5. And that would be check and b7. So that's an idea. That's an idea. So keep in mind this little subtlety, guys. Just keep this in mind. So bishop d6, c4, she goes c4, knight f6. There's nothing wrong. And that's cool. Oh, by the way, you tell me what you think, guys, but to my understanding, again, I think best is just to take on c4. I guess he didn't want to take on c4 because he thought, well, why would I give Joe and June the chance to take back with the bishop while it's developing, and then I'm kind of like helping her. So that's what probably he thought to himself. So he didn't want to take helping white, capturing back with tempo or stuff like that. So he thought, yeah, I'm going to develop. But that invites actually whites to push c4 to c5. And now you got this thing here. You got to move the bishop. No if, no but. You just have to move the bishop. You have to. So now he wasted the tempo, so to speak. And now Ju and Jun just gets another piece. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that black is absolutely bad now because they just played that. No. No, it's playable. It's absolutely fine. Okay, bishop d3. And he castles. There's nothing wrong. And she castled too. There's just nothing wrong here. So now he makes a pin. Now he makes a pin. I don't know what you play. H3, just probing and checking if actually the bishop wants to take on f3 or move away. He moved away. He didn't trade. He kept the tension. Bishop e3. Do you know what I like about this stuff, my friends? I like that the super GMs, they confirm again and again and again. And they always develop their stuff off the back rack. They just never forget to develop their pieces. So that's just one of those things we got to keep in mind for our own practical games. Knight c6, so Alireza now just develops. Knight bd2. In my opinion, this kind of move, knight bd2, it frees up the queen, so to speak. I mean, the knight can replace the knight. If the bishop were to take, I can take back with the knight. What I want to say is that I can move the queen whatever the heck I want to move the queen. So I can go virtually c2, b3, a4, right? Tell me if I'm wrong or tell me if you have a different interpretation, guys. You are more than welcome. Okay. So, knight bd2 developed all the minor pieces. Now the queen is just free. Rook e8, always a good idea. Getting the rook on the e-file, always a good idea. Bishop to b5. So she gave up that diagonal. She gave up this diagonal to make an pin. Do you know what I find is very fascinating, Simpson and my friends? I find very fascinating that actually she tries to create a double pawn on the c-file. So she makes a pin. First thing first, she makes a pin. And she wants to give black double pawn on the c-file, which I think it might just very well cost them the game. I found this very interesting, and it shows the level of deep chess that these guys are performing at. So I actually love it. So now knight goes on e4. Okay. Exactly as I said, queen goes now very nicely on a4. Yeah, just been busy, man. When I'm during the holidays, I got all the time in the universe. But during school term, I'm really in between the clubs and some other appointments, just trying to work a little bit. Yeah, the bills never stop. As for everybody, yeah, I know, man. I would love to do stream full time, but it just doesn't pay off at all. So yeah, sorry, Anirudh. There's nothing I could do, man. Okay, so exactly as I said, queen a4 takes now and takes. It's just brill. So as I said, Anirudh, and I was talking to Simpson and to other friends, I think we might have a few. We're looking at the c6, which can't be unpinned, and actually we might just very well give black some double pawns here, and I think that would be the downfall for black here. Right, so he creates some counterattack here. Well, it looks like he might just very well winning a pawn if white takes on c6. Takes. Rook a to e1, reinforcing. Bishop takes. Rook takes, and pawn takes. So this is a weakness, as c6 is a weakness for black. c6 is a weakness for black. e3 is a weakness for white. Queen now, very elegantly, he moved the queen over to e8, attacking e3 and defending c6. So he ticks both things at the same time. Defending c6, attacking e3. What did she play? Rook e1, nicely. Rook behind the pawn. What's not to like about it? And potentially, I guess you might be thinking also to be pushing forwards at some point. Maybe. Let's see what they actually played. This guy, f7 to f5, they actually want to come down here, and you can't really take, because if you take, you're gonna drop the rook. So actually, when Alireza pushed the pawn, he plans on going f4. So that's a nice one. Nice one by Alireza. Queen to a6. She wants to make a return or something? Oopsie. She wants to return or something? f4, you can't take the pawn because you're going to drop the rook. And queen to f1. Exactly right. Takes. Oh, man. I wonder how many of us would move the knight now. How many amongst us would just simply move the knight at this stage? But no, you don't. You move the queen. They can't be taken anyway, so knight can't be really captured because the queen is hanging. But now she puts double pressure on e3. So this guy is being double attacked. So double attack the pawn. You can't take. Black can't take the knight because rook takes the queen. That is so cool. That is so cool. Again, I don't think black loses here because of this. No, that can't be the best move. That can't be the best move. What's the best move for black, guys? But don't put the engine. Don't put the engine, guys. What's black supposed to be doing here? I think this is the monument. This is the pivotal. This is the moment. This is the moment for Alireza to play seriously. I don't think you push the pawn. And you don't take the knight. You neither take the knight, nor you push the pawn. You do something else. You could move the queen. I mean, I'm looking at this in this fashion. The pawn on the e3 is compromised anyway. So the pawn on e3 will be taken regardless. That's for sure. So if we establish that, that means you should just move the queen. You very well just move the queen, improve something with the queen. Move the queen, maybe make space for the rook to come, either E or F file, saying. So just move the queen. As we made now very clear that pawn will be captured regardless, why don't you just make space for the rook to come in the game? So I'm not sure. Maybe you got to move the queen. If you guys think differently, let me know. Let me know. But don't put the engine, guys, by the way. Well, if you've done the game like 10 times until now, that's fine. Yeah. And as I said, I was initially planning to make a dedicated video for YouTube, but if this one is kind of like reasonable, I'm gonna just crop it because time is short, and I think I'm gonna make a crop and I'm gonna leave it like this on YouTube, probably 10-15 minutes. What we're discussing together here, guys. So I think queen probably should be moving at this stage, but I'm not sure where. I'm not sure where the queen should go. Hey, he's got 55 minutes at this stage, and Juan 35 minutes on the clock. So, if the engine is very upset, well, the engine is never upset or something, but I'm just looking at the eval bar. Maybe I should have taken that off too. So he spent here 3 minutes, say. He spent 3 minutes. He pushed, and the engine is not very happy with this idea. He thought actually he's gonna leave that guy as a passer, but actually, as long as white can push g4, I'm not sure that this bishop's gonna be a forever protector. So for this particular reason, I don't think pushing the pawn down is gonna guarantee something. Well, he thought that maybe, look, I'm gonna lose that pawn anyway, so why not just pushing? Said maybe also he thought that if white were to push g4, it's gonna weaken the king side a bit more. So maybe he thought in this on this idea as well. So I guess here, black queen should move some way, improve the position, and make space for the rook to come into game. Okay, he pushed. Knight f3. The engine hates it more and more and more. Why didn't he just simply take, though? Just play the game. So I'm watching the eval bar. Queen to f7 is horrible, says the almighty. I guess because you could just grab the... Oh! Wait a minute. Let me just take on f3 and see if the eval bar reacts in white's favor. No. So that's probably a very good one. Oh, for Christ's sake, what did I do? Apologies, I just pressed a couple of things. No worries, let's just go quickly until we reach the said position. Oh, yeah. So if we take on f3, I'm going to take with this. 4-2-6, 4-2-6. What's the problem? Game continues. Game continues. You're just gonna play the game, okay? You're gonna move the queen somewhere. I'm not sure where you should be moving the queen, but that's an ending you could play. It's just a little bit of an edge for white, but not fundamentally winning or something. So he didn't take. He played queen to f7, which makes the perfect invitation for Ju and Jun now. Boom, what a move. What a move. Nice one. Let's just highlight for all of our friends. Knight to g5, together with the queen on d3, attacking on h7, and hits the queen with tempo. So you have to save the queen and to protect against the checkmate. So that's very, very, very forcing, very problematic, and black has to be very careful about this. I wonder, is bishop g6 working? Is bishop g6 working? Simsim, Anirudh? Is this stuff working? I mean, knight takes and bishop takes? Or it's horrible? Queen to g6. Queen to g6. I think that might be playable too. I can't see any modification in terms of the eval bar. So I think that might have worked. But hey, that takes some time. How long did he spend before he played queen f7? 52 minutes. Oh boy. He stayed like 8 minutes before he played actually a bad move. He spent 8 minutes and he played the blunder. Okay, I'll say it again. Ali Reza, in an almost equal position, spent 8 minutes and he played the blunder. A 2759 Super Grandmaster. So, human, all too human. I don't know, someone said that, I've forgotten who. Knight g5, queen g6. They have to save the queen, remember guys, and to defend against the checkmate on h7. Queen g6, bishop takes, and now we can collect the e2 pawn, I guess. Yes. This is the position. Do you know what I like about the current position here? I guess my take is that the knight on g5 is a bit happier than the bishop, perhaps. Do you know why? If I got a chance to play knight f3 and knight e5, this is a heck of an outpost. I think the knight on e5 would be the happiest ever knight. You can't touch that knight on e5. Not mentioning that actually you can target the c6 and things. So knight f3, knight e5 would be brilliant. Well, I think that makes Ju and Jun a big invitation to go knight f3 and then to go knight e5. Okay, that's the best you could do with the bishop. Knight e5. The game is far from over. There is big advantage. There is big... I'm looking at the eval bar here. I think the engine loves it because the knight is stronger than the bishop. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, guys. I think that knight is a very, very happy knight where it currently stands. Very happy knight. Pushing down. But wait a minute, what about the... Well, he can't defend c6, can he? So the c6 pawn cannot be defended. So she took. So now we've got 6 white pawns versus 5 black pawns, and the same pestering white knight on a greatest ever outpost. I would push a3 now. Oh, she didn't. Ooh. She didn't push a3. You know why I think there might be the difference here? If you push a3, if you push with white a3, you might allow in some future moves, I don't know, 10, 15 moves, the bishop can just position itself here at some point. If you do a3, you sort of allow the bishop circulation, so to speak, if they were to make it there. If you play rook e3, which she did play, first you just don't allow that guy to move because you're just going to take it, I guess. And you put your rook on a dark square. And I think that's the best place for the rook to be. Knight is being attacked. Knight goes away. Wait a minute. I thought the knight was supposed to go back. Oh, hold on a second. Is she planning actually to moving this after all? Okay. I don't. What's the plan here? Or maybe. Well, actually, she can go via this way. She could go knight d3, knight e5. So you get on e5 regardless. But now she attacks the rook. So she just simply attacks the rook here. Ooh, look at this. Well, you got two choices here, I'm afraid. You either push g4, but g4 doesn't work, guys. G4 doesn't work because it's this. And I don't think you're going to like it. You're not going to like it. g4 will be met with h5. So that's not good for white here. Therefore, what's the other option? g3. That's it. And g3 allows the white king to play something like this. I don't see why not. That pawn still wants to come down regardless. So he played h5 regardless. Nice. She goes for the weakness. Oh, boy. Problem is, you can't really take it now, can you? You can't really take on a4. So the king defends g3, actually. And in case you guys wondering, king to f2 defend g3. Therefore, rook is free to take on. Rook is free to capture on a4. She's really good. She's good. But she exploited the weakness that Alireza created with that move, queen f7. Remember, Alireza played that bad move after 7-8 minutes of thinking. Unbelievable. Check now. You are in check. Where do you go? Well, you go out of check and probably you maintain your king on the second rank. And goes back for the g3, but still can't be taken. There is a rook. Neither do you. You can't take on a4 because this guy is going to be captured. And then if this guy goes, then we might have an issue. We might have a massive problem. So she pushed. Well, what the heck was she supposed to do anyway? By the way, guys, if you identify the best line to play for white here, please do feel free to. I'd like to play a move that doesn't make the eval bar goes down. So actually, I think I understand from a human point of view, you want to push h4 because you want to make sure that the h5 pawn will not move down the board. So she fixes it, so to speak. So she wants to make sure that this guy is not going to move down. But what is the move? What are you supposed to do? Mind you, if you do something like this, you're going to drop this guy. So I don't think you want to play knight d3. Can you go via c6 and then go back on e5? I don't know. But don't put the engine, guys. Just try to figure out for yourselves if you think. Let me see. Let me just play this. Oh, I played it. Okay, the engine is happy. So actually it was knight c6, knight e5, I guess. The idea would be knight b4, knight c6, back on e5, and you pressurize the rook. The rook's got to move. Then you maybe attack them or something. Cool. She didn't. She actually fixed the pawn. She was a bit concerned about that stuff. King moves. What she played here? Oh, that's cool. You know why? As long as the bishop and the king are on the same line, you might be able to do some knight d3 ideas. Then maybe followed by knight e5, knight f4 ideas, stuff like that. And mind you now, because the pawn is on h5, he might be very well targeted. Yeah, but the king moves away. You can still play knight d3, though. You can still play knight d3. And then you can do this. The question is, if you do knight d3 and black staking, is it that bad? You want to play something else? What did she play? a3. She fixed another pawn. She played h4. And she played a3. Simpson, I'm reading your message now. King d3, not really possible. Because it's kind of check, so to speak. Yeah, knight d3, that's what I said. Yeah. Knight d3. You know something, Simpson? I'm going to play knight d3 and watch closely the eval bar. Let me play knight d3. Yeah, that's great, man. That's what I said. I said knight d3 because I want to play this, frankly. Or maybe this. It's up for debate. What we do know for sure, Simpson, is that if we play knight e5, knight e5 is going to stay there forever. You can't challenge the knight on e5 with nothing. Unless you want to sack an exchange. If you want to give the rook for their knight. Okay. But I don't think black will do that. So yeah, knight d. I think after king d7, Simpson, the great opportunity is now for white to readjust the white knight back on e5. But something makes me think after knight d3 that the bishop might take. I'm not sure it's worse for white though. You're just going to take the guy. I think you hold it all. The rook here, it's reigning supreme. You're just going to move the king anyway. And you might be able to go for this guy regardless. I think it's great. For Juan. Anyway. Alright, she moved. Rook goes back. I guess he wants to... Alireza wants to drop the rook on the second rank or something. She goes back. Come on, you don't tell me she was willing to draw at this stage. Blimey, what move number is this? Move number 39. Was she willing to draw or something? Oh, come on. b3. She creates a passer. Ladies and gents, she does create a passer. An outside passed pawn. After this guy takes and you take, you've got yourself a passer. So she committed to do it. Okay. What does that mean? Okay, what? I'm just going to play this guy here if there's any checks, right? What's the problem? I don't see any problem. So again, I think I like white a bit more now. So she plays now preventively, prophylactically. Yeah, okay, so that's probably move 41. Let me check again. Yeah, move 43 now. Okay. Hey, knight 8. Oh, that's sweet. This is sweet. Oh, this is just lovely. Oh, this is so beautiful. Knight a2, because now, of course, we're having the revelation of knight c3. Double attack here, threatening to winning a pawn. The simplifying it gets, the better, because, hey, you've got a passed pawn, after all. Yeah, he's not going to accept this. But probably he goes for this kind of stuff. Heck, I think I can play knight b4 back, right? Should I play knight b4 back? No, she plays knight c3. Check. A little bit annoying, this check, though. Okay. It's a little bit annoying, that check. You can't move the knight, because you're going to drop the rook. She defends. I think he could have checked again. Well, if he checked again, probably she would have played this, I guess. Okay. So now she proposes a rook trade. Alireza refused. Now she goes for the... Oh, she goes for this guy. Yeah. Whilst she targets this, but now she goes for the h5. g6 defending. You're going to do something with the knight, I guess. No, she attacks the bishop. Bishop goes back. Knight c3. Knight c3. Knight c3. Double attack again. Check, of course. Move away. What's this? g3. Ooh. g3. Do you defend g3? You can't defend g3. You're going to drop the knight. So you got to take the bishop, right? With tempo. You take the bishop. Pawn on g3 can't be taken, obviously. Takes and takes. No. She doesn't take yet. She'll take it later. That's such a sweet move. Simpson, do you see the beauty of it? You could take this guy if you want. You could take it even later. But first, she wants to make sure g3 is protected. And then she'll be taking the e4 pawn. This is so, so gorgeous. She's so good at this. So king g2 defends g3. a3 will be captured regardless. Yeah, there you go. But now she takes back. And now she's actually having one extra pawn that matters absolutely. That pawn on the d file is actually going to make the difference. The king now goes towards the black rook. I guess what is this? Okay. She managed to move the king f3. Probably she wants to go this in this fashion. Oh, this is so good. In the moment that the rook tries to attack here, probably she could always play this. And the white king is free to go f4, g5. But that's the beauty of the process, Simpson. The fact we have to learn a lot is actually, that's why we're actually in this business. I mean, really, that's why we're doing what we're doing. Hi there, Param. So, rook to f4 now. So, yeah, he defends the weakness. He defends the weakness. Because probably she just wants to plop the rook here at some point. And look at this outpost again. Man, she's got some devastating outposts. Why doesn't she play this rook f6 move? Is it that bad? What's wrong with rook f6? You keep the black king here to defend the pawn. What's wrong with rook f6? I'm not sure. Why did she move the king though? What's the problem? Does she want to play c4 in this or something? I don't know. Is rook f6 that bad? I think I'm going to play the move. I'm going to look at the eval bar and see if there's any modification in terms of quality or evaluation or something. I mean, it looks to me like rook f6 is the most natural thing ever. Let's see. Yeah, that's not a bad move at all. The engine says it's absolutely cool. Yeah. So this is the supreme proof now, guys. So rook f6 would be absolutely great. And now you can't play rook f6. There you go. You can't play any rook f6. She had a chance to play. Now she doesn't. Okay, you go on the back rank. I get it. Probably she wants to play like c8 ideas. And now if the king retreats back, you can always play rook f6, so you don't have a problem. That's cool. She's really good. That's good. I get it. Alireza wants to play rook a3, check, skewer, move this guy, whatever you move, bang. So you can't allow this to happen. You need to stop this from happening. But she plays in this fashion. Because there's no more check. She moves away from check. So when black attacks rook a3, you could just play probably something like this, maintaining your rook on the back rank. Okay. That's not a problem. You can always play king f4 or something. She defends this guy, and actually she wants to play rook d6 if I'm correct. Rook d6 it's just supreme. Rook d6, what an outpost. What an outpost. And if the black rook goes for the pawn, you just play something like king f4. And if they check you again, you're going to play something like king g5. Look for this guy as well. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good. Oh, he resigned here. He resigned here. Because I pressed the button, it doesn't. Right. Oh, this is so good. Wow, what a fabulous game. What a fabulous game. 64 moves. And I think everything stemmed from that super unhappy queen to f7 that allowed Ju and Jun to play knight g5. So I don't know how many minutes we were discussing, guys, but I just think I'm going to make a crop for the YouTube, and I'm going to just leave it like this, raw. Crazy. Yeah, I think it's been something like 20 minutes or something. We've just been talking about this. Yeah, he just dropped it here. He dropped his Simpson because there's nothing you could do with black to attack anything. White's gonna place the rook on d6 with check, perfect outpost, so to speak, checking the black king, constantly targeting g6, constantly attacking c6, which, by the way, is going to be captured just in between ourselves. Black rook can't achieve too much. Any attempt to go on the g file to attack g3 will be met with just simply king, defending, I guess. After rook checks, by the way, you're going to take c6. Then what you want to do is just go back to defend this guy and just simply, push the c pawn and get a queen. So this is just too much for Alireza. It's just too much. It's just fabulous position she got into. But also she played a very tactical and very insightful tactics, Simpson. It wasn't just, I mean, she's just an awesome grandmaster. So let's just put it as it is. Ju and Jun is a formidable grandmaster. I'm so happy to see her producing this super quality chess at this level against Alireza. So she drew against Nepomniachtchi. Okay, so I don't think we can dispute her strength. It's really, she just proves it. I think she lost to Fabiano Caruana. But she won against Alireza, and she drew versing Nepomniachtchi. I think she's quite the deal. She's good. She's really good. Fabulous player, Joe and John. Absolutely. What do you think, Simpson? Nice French exchange variation? Do they play tomorrow? I think the next is the next round tomorrow. Oh man, tomorrow I'm coming back late. It's a stock take tomorrow. Yeah, that's I'm coming back late tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to stream too much tomorrow, but I think Sunday definitely definitely I got a few more hours on Sunday. Sunday, not Saturday. Oh, not Saturday. Sunday. So, was that Gukesh defeated Jan Nepomniachtchi? Hey, let's have a look here. By the way, I haven't watched the games before. I've no idea. I mean, I've seen the result. Simpson, that makes me very happy reading your message. I mean, if you tell me that's useful to you and you've learned one or two things, this is actually the best stuff I can hear. Frankly, that's really the best stuff I could have heard today. So I'm so happy that's useful. I really am. Okay, so we can play now the semi-Slav. I think we can generate some c6 ideas. Knight c3. We could also play some Catalan, I think. We could play some g3. Oops, that's not what they played. Oh, Ben, this is awesome stuff. Simpson, you won 6 out of 8. Whoa. Let me congratulate you, Simpson. That's so good news, man. Was it like official tournament, or you just play like friendly stuff with the guys at the club? This is so good. I'm so happy to hear that. Oh man. You're welcome, bud. So is that like an official tournament or just club stuff, friendlies? Nice. C3, C5. Okay, okay. That's good. That's a good result. If you play Rapid, Simpson, by the way, maybe you could just write down some of the moves. Maybe we can look at them together. I'm more than happy to review some of the stuff you play. So if you do Rapid or Classical, write down the stuff, and then we can try to revise together. Maybe we can identify some better moves, or you know. So yeah, that's the most aggressive to play c5 here. You could do c6 or bishop b4, but c5 is a challenge. Takes, queen takes. You can't play knight c6, obviously, because there is a pawn. Bishop f4, pinning the knight. Bishop e7, I'm pinning. e3, ready to go with the bishop. So if there is a knight c6, we could always pin the knight, I guess. So castles. And now bishop b5 regardless. Bishop b5. I wonder if black plays knight c6, is white meant to take? Genuine question. Let me tell you something cool here. If I am to take and black is to take, you better castle straight away, because after this move here, you're not able to do anything in terms of king safety, to my understanding. So, or you move the queen now, or you just move the queen now. Simpson, what would you do here with white? Again, I haven't seen the game before. I haven't got a clue what Gukesh played here. I don't know what he played here. And I'm not asking the engine. I'm just looking at the eval bar to see if... I think I would move the queen. Maybe just back on d1. I don't want to... Look, I am biased, personally, subjectively. I'm a little bit biased. I shouldn't have said that, but I love the bishops a bit more than the knights, personally. I shouldn't have said that. I mean, I should just keep the objective evaluation always, but... Okay, he moved the queen. Okay, I wonder if queen d1 would have been a disaster of a choice. Queen a4, though, apart from queen d1, which is not that aggressive, queen a4 actually announces some winning over pawn here. On the other hand, the white king is not castled. I suppose you could castle later. So, okay, I think you should castle now with white. Oh, rook a d1. Okay. I don't think castles would be bad here. If you take now the knight, they're going to take your bishop and you're going to have to move the queen. But I guess you have to do this. Yeah, you have to do this. Hey, why didn't he take with the bishop? Why didn't he take with the bishop? Why? Was he afraid? Well, the queen has to move after bishop c6. You have to move the queen. I don't know where. Here? Where do you move the queen? If you go here, you might be subjecting to some rook. I'm not sure, though. So, why didn't Nepomniachtchi took with the bishop, though? Look, as soon as he takes with b takes c6. Simpson, look at the eval bar. As soon as Nepomniachtchi takes on c6, the eval bar goes a bit more in white's favor. Look at this. Did you notice? Now, I'm going to take with the bishop and see if actually that would be the best stuff to... Look, I know there is always this or that, but first, you're winning a tempo because the white queen has to move. Let's see. Yeah, freaking hell, that's the stuff, man. Come on, you gotta be serious. So bishop c6, hold it all together. You hit the queen with tempo, and then you're gonna figure out the heck you're doing against this or that. Or something. B takes c6 is not very much appreciated by the engine. It's not. As you could see for yourselves. Okay, now Gukesh, rightfully, he punishes black here. He punishes him. I mean, he goes for this guy, he goes for, for the c6. That's the punishment for not having taken back with the bishop. He messes around. And now this guy is a liability. Now, I don't know, should you take a6 or not? Or should you take the bishop first with the knight and then? Or you should take now? Guys, should you take on a3? Oh, sorry. Should you take on a6 or not? Tell me your honest thoughts here. If you think white should take on a6 or not. On the other hand, how long can you delay the castling? I would seriously consider to castle here. Look, I love to grab every single pawn if they give it to me. I'd love to take it. But on the other hand, I'm really not comfortable having the king on e1. Hello, Ahmed. Good to see you, man. So you would take on e6, right? Okay. By the way, I didn't see the game. I haven't got a clue what they played. I'm just using no assistance, no nothing. I'm just watching the game raw as it happens now. Of course, they played already. I know Gukesh won, but I don't know what they played. Nah, don't say that, Simpson. You might be correct. I mean, look, Ahmed thinks similarly as you. He also suggests queen takes a6. So, guys, you might be right after all. You might be right. I don't know, Frey. I would just castle probably. Hey, yes, castling. You could take a6 later, guys. So, do you know what I want to say? What I want to say is that pawn on a6, it might be takeable later. I know it might be some... Oh, by the way, if you castle and black plays queen b6, that would be a massive, massive blunder. Because you're going to remove the knight, they're going to have to take back, and then you're going to play an almighty fork here. Knight takes d7, disaster. And Jan Nepomniachtchi would just resign on the spot, but he would never play this. So we would do this in a bullet for sure. Or maybe not. So yeah, I think you should castle here. Never, guys, never neglect the king safety. Now, looking at the eval bar says, that's not the best shot. So maybe Ahmed and Simpson were correct. Maybe you guys were correct. Let me just take the pawn. Guys, you're right, man. By the looks of it, queen should have captured on a6. But as a human, I'm deeply uncomfortable to play uncastled. I mean, I hate it with a passion. Having the king uncastled and all hell breaks loose. You know, you gotta... that's defenses from Nepomniachtchi, but that means that he might be able to play a discovered attack on the queen at some point. So you got to take this into account. But a6 again, guys. a6 is a massive liability. Yep. There you go. There you go. There you go. May I say that Nepomniachtchi messed up massively when he played b takes c6 rather than bishop takes c6. That is all the bad stuff. That's all the bad stuff happened from that point onwards. If you guys remember when I said he should have taken bishop takes c6. Okay, you don't have to trade. I wouldn't trade on f6. Yeah, you don't have to trade unless you have a big reason. So don't trade. Keep the tension as much as you can. Okay, queen is being hit now, but I don't think you got a problem. You can retreat. You can retreat, or maybe can you play this? Asking for a friend. Nah, that doesn't work because you got this, and then you're gonna drop this guy. Now let's go back. Let's go back. I don't know. Maybe d3, maybe e2, maybe d3, maybe e2. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Hell, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's knight c6. What the heck is it? No. You can't do this. Rook takes. That's a disaster. You have to play queen d3, queen e2. Apologies. Yeah, queen d3, queen e2. Yes. That would have been a blunder, guys. That would have been a massive blunder. I think white is very happy to trade off stuff at this stage. Because they've got 4 to 6 versus 5. 1 pawn, and that's a passed pawn. Guys, be mindful. White is winning here because they've got a passer. They've got a free passed pawn. So imagine if the two contenders now would just trade everything. I mean, like all the pieces. So imagine you are trading all the pieces now. Guess who's winning? White is winning. Because you got a pass pawn on the A, unchallenged by any pawn. If you get the king support for that pawn, you're just simply winning. So put in perspective, simplify the whole stuff. Takes first, so that gives black a nice... Oh my god, he creates two weaknesses here. Oh my God, what the... He's going to take the bishop on h4. He's not going to take because it's pinned. He's going to take this guy here. Of course. Now you're going to move the knight back on c3, I guess, right? Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, this is so sweet. The pair of bishops and white is still better. 4-2-6, 2-3-5. So black is having the pair of bishops, but white's still doing better. Because the knight on c3 is on excellent outpost, because the bishop on e8 doesn't do a damn thing. So the bishop on e8 does... Okay, this guy doesn't exist. Well, it exists. But it exists very badly because it stops the rook from doing something. So this bishop here actually is pretty much stuck. Oh man, that's beautiful. Well, beautiful like from a conceptual when you watch the game from the outside. It's not beautiful from the opponentry. He definitely needed a sandwich straight away now. Okay, bishop f6 goes for a knight. That's cool. What do you play here? Do you play f4? That's awful because that weakens the e3. What are you supposed to do here? Since I haven't seen the game, I genuinely inquire, what the heck am I supposed to play now? If I move the knight, say here, they're gonna take, and I'm gonna have some weird position like this. I think it's playable. Queen defends this guy, but I'm not very happy. I don't know what else can white play here, by the way. Should you play f4? But that's also awful. Well, maybe it is, but I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Ahmed, for your answer, my friend. So Ahmed suggests white should play f4. Ahmed suggests f4. The reason I'm still debating within myself is because when I play f4, when they capture and I take back, obviously, I'm having an isolated guy on e3, an isolated pawn on e5. On the other hand, though, I get the f-file for my rook, 1. I have an incredible queen mobility. Knight on c3 defends a2. And I still believe in the knight on c3 more than the bishop on e8, which currently it's pretty much stuck. So the bishop, that bishop on e8 is very stuck, very inactive. So Ahmed says f4. I'm probably f4. By the way, I have no clue what Gukesh played. Again, I haven't seen the game before. I'm watching it now together with you guys. If you've seen it, that's awesome. Okay. f4, I think, makes sense. Is there any other subtlety here? I don't know. He played the move that I said I would consider playing, but I'm not very happy with that choice. Ahmed, because you said f4, I'm going to move it now, keeping an eye on the Valban, see if that actually is the stuff to play. The move knight d3 was the move that I was inclined to explore and to practically do it. f4 just... Simpson, just relax, my friend. That's okay. It's just a friendly, ideatic exchange. So I'm going to play f4, Ahmed's idea, and see if the Valba goes crazy. Ahmed, you are a grandmaster, man. f4 apparently was the correct choice here. Yeah, I think I appreciated the qualities of your suggestion here. But probably I would have went with knight d3 because I'm just a little bit panicked sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I hate having... as a human, I loathe having myself pawn on e5 and pawn on e3. I mean, I hate having that kind of pawn structure. Although I realize it's defensible and it opens up the f and so forth and so forth. But I'm not that... And let me tell you another idea, Ahmed. If you do f4, what if black plays something like queen c7? Really? Then what are you going to play? You already got yourself a weakness on e3. You get my point, Ahmed? You get my point? So you play f4 thinking black's going to take your knight. But what if they play queen c7? You know what you got here? You just got yourself a major weakness on e3. Do you get my point, Ahmed? You get my point? So that's why I'm inclined to say that perhaps knight d3 is but then again, yeah, we can debate long and hard here. We can debate all night long. Queen a5. All right, I think we kind of got it there. Queen a5 wants to say, guys, Simpson, Ahmed, Queen a5 wants to say, I'll take on c3. B takes on c3. Queen takes on a2. Queen takes, rook takes. And I think black would be incredibly happy to do this. The whole idea with Queen a5 is based on removing the defender of the a2. And now Gukesh has to come out with something. What? I don't know. Do you play A? But then again, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. And then this guy's going to hang. Right? It's bad. I don't know what to play here. I don't know what to play here, but I'm happy you guys are here with me and we can debate this one together. I'm happy with my chess friends with me and we can discuss this. What do we do with white here? That's a good question. That's a grandmaster question. Let's put it this way. What do you do with white? Grandmaster question. Let's look for a grandmaster answer now. GM answer. What do we do with white? Given the fact I think the intention of Nepomniachtchi is to remove the knight so that a2 is takeable. I don't know what to play yet. I don't know yet. I have some crazy thoughts like b4, but I'm not sure if that's not a complete disaster though. I don't think so. Ahmed says rook d2. Let's investigate Ahmed's idea. Rook d2. Ahmed's 2 cents is rook d2. Rook d2. Yeah, takes. Obviously, we can't take, but queen can take c3, though. Okay. Can we do... Oh, I've got another thought. Ahmed, guys, I got another idea. What about rook c? Bishop takes, rook takes, and when they grab my guy... Oh, sugar, I can't take on c6. Damn. No, I got another right... Oh, I don't know what to play, actually. Actually, I don't know what to play. Here, there is 1 hour for Gukesh. I'm curious to see how long did it take him to actually come up with a decision here. What do you think about b4? Is it crazy enough? Queen a3, and you still have to move this guy. Yeah, it could be, Ahmed. It could be. Rook d2, bishop takes, and takes. Yeah, that's cool. Probably it's playable, and then doubling the rook on the c file. Yes, Ahmed. I think it's very employable. There you go, brother. Ahmed Grandmaster. Ahmed the Grandmaster. If you're not a Grandmaster, you're the GM to be. Yes. Bishop d7. Yeah, you found it, brother. That's it. Bishop d7. Rook c1. Now, always a good idea. Simpson, guys, always a good idea to get the rook on an open or semi-open files. And by the way, guys, c6 is actually the weakness. So you want to get your power on the c file. But b2 is defended, isn't it? But he pressurizes. Queen f3. Queen f3. What does that mean? That's a deep idea. Oh yeah, he found it. That's a deep idea. I think behind Queen f3 is, if you take my guy on c3, I'm going to take it with probably pawn, but then I'm having available knight to e5, guys, which targets f7, knight, and bishop and c6. That's the subtlety behind Queen f3. If you wonder, guys, as a human why Queen f3, I think amongst many other, because this is a multi-purpose move. It's not just one tick. It's just like 5 ticks all of a sudden, you see. Wants to say you can't really take my guy on c3 because if you did take my knight, I have potentially the knight e5 to play, which again targets bishop, targets f7, targets c6. So this is a big idea. I think Queen f3 is a grandmaster idea. This is so deep insights here from Gukesh. And now he plays bishop c8, Nepomniachtchi. Wow. Wow. Like he didn't commit nothing. He just dropped bishop on the back rank. Can you believe that? H3 Gukesh. Again, he didn't do nothing. He just moved the... Okay, he creates a little bit of a breathing space for the king if there is any back rank in the future. Okay. Attacks the d3 knight. So what do? You move the knight? Do you hit the queen on b4? I don't know. Queen to f5. How the heck did these guys find these moves, man? Queen f5 means that if you take my knight, I'm going to take your bishop. You can't play g6. Obviously can't play g6 because I'm going to take your bishop. And also there is this maybe. There is queen d7. Well, not now. Not as long as the knight is hanging. But just saying. Oof. Queen h5. Oh, come on, Ian. Bishop e6. Oh, boy. Can you play that knight on c3 and attack on c6? Oh, attacking the bishop now. Getting closer and closer. This is that kind of game in which the bishop pair is weaker than the knight's pair. Do you know what's crazy about this kind of stuff? The bishop pair is one of those very rare exceptions when the bishop pair suffers more than the knight's pair. This is rare. This is really, really a rare sight. Oh my God, he put the bishop back where it was like ages ago. That bishop on d7 was there 10 moves ago. But what did change in between is that the queen is closer to black's king, to the black's king, and the knight is on f4. And Nepomniachtchi just reverted back to what it was. Oh my God, queen d1 now? Are you serious? Queen d1. What's this? Bishop f5. Knight goes back on d2. On e2. Sorry, I reckon he wants to go here or something. Bishop g6. Okay, he managed to get the bishop on a better spot. Knight d4. Well, there's not like too many options though. Okay, knight to d4 actually was threatening c6. So you either take, which means you gotta give up on your beautiful bishop, or you defend c6, which you did. b3 closing down the b file. Closing the b file, so to speak. And the rook defends a2. So you might be able to just move this knight whatever you want to move it. Okay, bishop to e7 because probably he wants to play this kind of ideas. I don't know which one is which. But probably they're both playable. Bishop a3, hitting the rook on c1. Bishop on b4, making a pin, you name it. Oh, that's nice. This is nice. Look at this, guys. Or this. Look at this. Knight to a4. And c6 is very, very weak. So now it doesn't matter if you play bishop a3. It doesn't matter. We're talking about the c6 now. So he had to defend the rook c8. Queen to g4. Oh, man, that's so natural. So natural, yet highly effective. Look at this. Rook being attacked. Rook moves. Rook moves away. Why did the move rook away? Because you just don't want to have this. So he moved it prophylactically, so to speak. And now only Gukesh can do this. Only Gukesh can do this. Only a GM can do this. Knight to c6 hits the queen. Sacks the knight. Because when you take and takes, queen is being hit again, and queen is actually targeting this guy, and you can't defend it because of the knight. This is a tactic of a grandmaster seen in the last minutes of the game. This is so sweet. This is really good stuff. Sorry, I didn't see it. I mean, this is a very good stuff indeed. These guys are capable of deep tactics right at the very end. Very impressive indeed, Simpson. I'm also very, very, very impressed. Can you actually believe that? Knight c6. How the heck did he find this tactic? How the heck did he find it? It's just beautiful. You completely ignore Because I'm a normal mortal, average mortal, I would have thought about moving that freaking rook on d2 somewhere. But no, Gukesh says no. No, you attack the queen with knight c6. How crazy that is. Jesus Christ. So rook takes now the pawn, hitting the queen, and now you're going to get your material back, namely the bishop on b4. Oh my God, these guys are terrible. Oh boy. Ah, and Ian pushed attacking the queen. Can you actually believe this, guys? This is so crazy. I think this smells like a bluff here. This move, h6 to h5, smells a bit like a bluff here, guys. There's something weird about h5. What would you play here? Ahmed, what would you play here? Would you play a check first? Forcing the king, and then what the heck do we do? Oh no, I think you should just take. No, you should just take. They take, and then take again. And then they take. Yeah, I think you should just take the queen. Take the queen. You should take the queen. Right? So rook takes a5. Am I correct, Simpson? Wow, this is a great game. Oh, bloody hell. He didn't. He played queen f4. He played queen f4. Let me play rook a5 and see how awful that is. No, I'm already down on material. I can't do that. Because I'm already down in material. So if I take here, I'm screwed. I'm already down in material. That doesn't work. You gotta maintain the queen on the 4th rank. Still eyeing this and still hunting the queen. So this is very impressive. Very impressive from Gukesh. I mean, it's just amazing. So that's, guys, that's what it is to be a GM, right? It's just phenomenal. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, this is just phenomenal. Yeah. You know, I noticed, Simpson, exactly similarly. I've noticed that Ian actually always get a huge chunk of time on his clock. But he kind of ends up in a bad position. Maybe he plays too fast. Maybe he plays too fast. I mean, you know, he just plays too fast. He misses on tactics. I'm sorry, it was a tactic that he lost. He didn't lose because of opening stuff or... Okay, and we may say that when he recaptured on c6, he actually should have taken with the bishop as we had the proof of the engine confirming it. So we were right about that moment. But nevertheless, here, he messed up because he played that bishop b4, which, by the way, for a human, it makes sense. But the tactics that Gukesh saw were just amazing. And now Gukesh is winning, Simpson and Ahmed. Probably you know that, guys. White is winning here. Sorry, yeah, Gukesh is winning here because you just simply have A pawn and B pawn. And that's why you're winning. I mean, you're winning because of this. Of course you're winning. I mean, those guys are unstoppable. And if you trade off the queens, that's it, I guess. Check. F2 will be captured, though. Can you play queen f4 or you do something else? What the heck is this knight c3 doing? What's this? Aren't you supposed to play... No, actually... Nah, okay, I've got it now. He played knight c3 because he wants to defend a2. So he didn't want to give up on the a pawn. He was willing to lose the e3 whilst the queen defending against any incoming checks from the dark squares, Simpson. So the white queen stops any checks from the dark square diagonal, whereas the knight on c3 defends a2 and makes space for the pawn to moving forward. Knight being attacked. He defends. Bishop, but that's just a bluff. Knight goes forwards because probably he wants to play something like this. Anyway, you can't take the pawn because now the queen just simply takes the bishop. Okay. Oh, a checkmate threat, but you play knight f4, right? You play knight f4. What do you do after? So you play knight f4, and after g5, what the heck you doing? You do check? What are you doing? Why didn't he play G5? Wait a second. What's going on here? G5. Check here. They go here. Then I go back, check again, and then they go back. Is this the thing? G6. Hold on a second. I need to see stuff. Can you do G5 here? It's awful. It's Queen D8 as I said. King H7. Ah, G5 whilst you defend here. Knight, that is sweet. That is really, really, really sweet. Okay. G6. A4. Going for the promotion. That's just a bluff. You don't do nothing as long as the knight is there. Queen out. They want to trade. Defending B3. Trading off the queen. Nice one. And now the queen also attacks here. So it's going to go down. What's this? Probably you should just take. Knight G6. What? Ah! So you take my guy, I'm going to take your guy. And actually, I got more stuff from you. Formidable game. Absolutely splendid games that were happening. That happened in the... What round was this? Round number 6? What a feast. What a feast these guys played. I'm sorry I couldn't stream it live. Because I had to do some other works. Maybe some days when I'll be like a full-time streamer, I'd love to do this kind of stuff when they happened. Formidable game, spectacular game. Ju and Jun played like a super GM she is against Ali Reza. And this one with Gukesh, Chino Simpson, that's just phenomenal, man. Apart from that stuff that we said, I think Ian just moved a bit too fast. I'm going to show you what I think it was. When he moved Bishop B4. So look at this one. Yeah, exactly. Bishop B4. Exactly right. Do you remember he played Bishop B4? By the way, from a human point of view, I mean, at the first glance, it makes sense, you see. Oh, I'm going to attack the guy's rook. He's going to have to play the rook. I'm going to win and stuff. But boy, the tactics, and that's it. How much time did he spend, though? 2 minutes. 30 minutes 48. Okay, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Ian was with half an hour on the clock, Simpson. Gukesh had 5 minutes. Ian miscalculated. He wanted to put the pressure back on Gukesh. He wanted to say, oh, I'm going to smash the guy now. I'm going to play Bishop B4. I'm going to smash him. He didn't see the tactic. He didn't see it. He didn't see Knight C6. He rushed it. He wanted to put pressure on Gukesh, but by doing so, he subjected himself. He moved it in 2 minutes. He didn't calculate it. He didn't even see it. And Gukesh spent, so the guy is like 5 minutes 55 seconds. Oh man, he played it like in 30 seconds. I think he probably might have seen it before. Oh God, man. I think when he played it, Jan was just slapping his face. Jesus Christ, this is so crazy. This is so that's a phenomenal. That's a phenomenal find. This is a brilliancy. A brilliant move played by Gukesh. Knight C6. What a crazy brilliant move. And bloody hell he saw it. He saw it, Simpson. How the heck did he see that? Well, that's what it is to be a GM. That's what it is to be a GM. He bloody see it. Unbelievable. Okie dokie, folks. Simpson, thanks very much, my friend, and I'm happy to hear you've got now a very positive streak against your friend or that you played. Yeah, keep up the study. Keep up the study. Do your daily tactics. Watch the Super GMs playing. Whenever you got time, have a look at some videos on my YouTube channel, guys. And tomorrow, Saturday, probably I'll be completely knackered after I'm doing the stock take tomorrow. So probably Sunday, I'd be more available for live streaming, guys. So Simpson, I'll see you, my friend. I'll see you on Sunday, maybe. If you got some time, I'll come back on Sunday. Okie dokie. Thanks very much, guys. Have a very peaceful day, night, and see you soon, my friends. All right, stay safe, guys, if you can, and glad to having you and seeing you again. Cheers, guys.